Okay, let's continue with the next problem. Our next problem is a staircase, okay, from HackerRank. This is a staircase of size n, and we have this output. Its base and height are both equal to n. It is drawn using sharp symbols and spaces. The last line is not preceded by any spaces. So the height is equal to 4, and the number of symbols of each line is equal to 4. Okay, so we have a function description. So we will have a staircase method, and the problem has already given the solution parts. So we will be just focusing on the writing the staircase method. Then print a staircase as described above. Okay, what are we going to give any output for the program? Print a staircase of size and using sharp symbol and spaces. Okay, basically we are this terminal will provide a integer number, and we will print out the height as 6 and the number of elements at each line as 6 again. So we have two conditions actually. If the necessary statements are provided, it will be space, otherwise it will be sharp, right? And this sharp is starting from at the end of the line. So we will have here a two for loop, nested loops actually. We can call as a nested loops. The outer loop is going to print out the 6th line. The inner loop is going to print out the single lines. Alright, so let's start with writing the outer loop. For loop that initialize an I at let it be equal to 1, and it should be smaller and equal to n, and I is going to be increasing order. So why did we start from 1? Because we are not dealing with an, how can I say, an array, so we can just start from 1. If you want, you can start from 0. I just like to start from 1 if it is not an array or a list. Let's write the inner loop. The inner loop is going to start from n. Why? Because the sharp are written at last of the elements. It starts from the last element. So therefore I want to start from at the end. At the end, if it is equal to j, it will start to print out sharps. Okay, let's continue. I will be explaining in details more when we proceed. And this j should be or must be bigger and equal to 1, right? Because it ends or it starts from 1. So j is going to be a decreasing order, therefore. So we will have two conditions. If our j is greater than if our j is smaller and equal to I, it will start to print out our sharp. Okay, why? Let's give an example. If it is 6, j is 6 as well, I is 1, right? Let's say it's I is 1, j is 6. Is 6 smaller than I? No. is 6 smaller than 1 or no? Why? In if it if 6 is smaller than y, what is going to be happen is that we will print out a space. Okay, system dot out prints what space. So okay, when the j is equal to 1, I is going to I is already 1, so 1 is going to be equal to 1. After that, it will print out the sharp symbol. If I is 2, j is n, so it is 6. When j becomes 2 and 1, which means I is greater and equal to 2 and y, 1, therefore it will start to print sharp method. Otherwise, it will print space, as we see here. So before this, we need to provide our algorithm, provide a method which enables the output to start from a next line when the inner loop ends. Print ln method, it will be an empty method, so that when the inner loop is completed, it will start from the a next line or a new line. Okay, so let's run the code. Okay, it's successfully run. So let's submit the code. All tests are completed successfully, so our code is working.